Okay, we are standing around in kind of the home station of the base of the 248K run on Ribbon World with a 10 times tick multiplier for, I think, episode 46 of this series. And yeah, last time we put a couple of things together, we figured out some beacon stuff, we kind of reorganized the labs. I'm gonna hate that. I'm gonna hate the way these beacons are rotated rather than moved, so we're gonna fix that. The bots will bring all that stuff back, it'll be fine. Um, yeah, so it turns out the radar silo, the rocket silo is one of the places that doesn't have radar coverage, which is pretty funny. Where is it? Over here. But yeah, after fixing the beacons, we ended up with a lot of stuff. Like, we've got enough LDS now. Like, this rocket is nearly going, and this guy has also built all of its stuff. And I think we're going to, like, I feel pretty bad not having any beacons on this silo, so we'll just drop these guys in as well. I don't think we need to speed this up much at all, but yeah, we threw this silo down at the end of the last episode. We've got vast numbers of, like, RCUs are fine, LDS is probably fine, but I think we just have copper supply problems now. Rocket fuel is fine, and yeah, we can start episode 46. Just like go and launch all those satellites for me. It's gonna be fine. And then, what did I actually set this to? Less than 2,000? And that's gonna be less than 2,000 per chest, not including. I'm pretty sure these guys all have. Yeah, these guys all have the request. So yeah, success. I mean, I guess we're still. That's not the end of this mod. We've still got stuff to do. We're still researching things that are going into the fusion energy stage of this mod. Never mind the next tech level after that. But yeah, how many? So I've got 96 request chests in here, and half of those are requesting space science. Do I have 48 labs? Yeah, 48 labs. And then one of these chests is not requesting space science, and one of them is requesting space science. And so I'm gonna cache about another, what, 5k of space science in the chests by the labs, and then so basically I'm just gonna pop 9 rocket launchers off before these things shut off this inserter. But also these, I've still got capacity for this. This is fine. What I don't think I have is, yeah, enough materials to keep this all going. I think we're going to be short of red chips. I think we're going to be short of, coal on trains was a thing that I was pretty sure I was short of, wasn't it? Because we had put moving plastic all around the place. Somewhere there was a, oh, it was back by the, yeah, this thing over here is this weird. We want to get rid of that combinator so this station is always on, and then we can get rid of the rest of this stuff, because like what's here won't fill a train, but we want a train to swing by to this train station that wants coal, so we can then get rid of all of these boxes and like have this section be completely free. The other thing that I wanted to do regarding coal is somewhere, yeah, down here is this thing I broke last time and didn't fix, and now the rich water isn't working, so that's cool. I guess we're just going down to there to fix that anyway. I need to be putting more coal on the network. Don't get hit by this train. And is it this way? Yeah, it's actually quite a long way to the left, isn't it? And then also, yeah, so this iron patch I also kind of set up differently in between, but I don't think this is going to be how this stays either. I think this iron ore is probably going to change to a station that receives iron that I will use for this steel, and then this mining patch can just supply these two, and that will mean that instead of this patch, which has also got some miners running out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, some not many miners running out, some miners running out. Let's get rid of them anyway. We're still inside the network, it's fine. How many is that? 118? So that's what? 4 yellow belts plus mining productivity, so maybe 5 yellow belts. So maybe at takes care of these two for a while, but it will mean that instead of also supporting this train, which I... Oh, this supports the thorium, doesn't it? Yeah. Instead of that, we will be able to have probably this iron, because it's not doing much at the moment because this is stopped. Yeah, some of this stuff making its way back to the other steel smelting, and this steel smelting is now all doing its thing, and we've got a lot of dirty water here. Yeah, we're getting... So we've got another place which is making us dirty water, which is nice. And then we'll just run through the middle of the tracks because we want to be over here to reorganize all of this. How many miners do I have running here at the moment? 48? Okay, so that's about 2 belts of stuff. So I kind of want... So I can have 2 belts of stuff coming in here, but then I also want to prioritize onto this belt first. And I missed some of the old build over there, but that's fine. So yeah, so we can... yeah, let's actually run this way, because we can. And then we can also just go... We can prioritize on these on the left. That'll go there. This one will go... Yeah. All of these guys can disappear. This one probably needs a merge. It goes there, and all this is pretty much fine. We've now got more coal on a train, kind of. Some of these probably also want to... I mean, that's... Yeah, and then... Sure. Is that going to be... I don't know if that's going to keep up with what I want to do for plastic, though. Yeah, so kind of the medium-term plan, I guess. Now that we're launching rockets, we're getting through techs. I think that... Yeah, so there's this plasma facility. Coverx are just going to be useful. It's not really in the plan. Working towards fusion energy, I need... advanced energy crystals for something, sure, more grenades apparently, and then also this research fuser, which depends on... Yeah, there were like these other 4... Where is the fusion stage? And then we went through... Was it through lead? Lead processing? There were like 4 of these things. Yeah, basic isotopes and laser facilities and stuff like this that goes into fusion research, and those are not things I know what I'm doing about yet, but where that's kind of the third part of the medium-term plan that we're going to get around to later. The first part, yeah, so the first part is research some of these things and get to the point where I can make all of the buildings and put them down and see what the ratios are and figure out what I want to be doing with them. And the second part of the plan is... I wonder if I have radar on any of the biters at the moment, because I want to check what the evolution factor is, in a way that I don't feel bad about typing things into a console. No. Oh, well, never mind. We're probably getting close to behemoths, but not actually behemoths. We've probably got a little while, but I still want to do another... I want to clear out this side a bit before we actually get behemoths. Like, the other side is completely safe because it's got the water thing. This is all now going completely fine. Why... I guess we've got to do that as well. That has to be unnecessary, doesn't it? These ones all have to be unnecessary. That all should do what it needs to. Eventually. Okay, sure. Yeah. Want to like clear out this bit before we start finding behemoths, because we are polluting these bases, and killing all those guys is going to be helpful. The other side we've pushed so far that we're not really worried about the pollution thing. So while, yeah, I wanted some other kind of things that would be generally helpful to set up and organize while I'm kind of, yeah, get some things ticking over while I'm thinking about how we want to be doing combat stuff. Can I get all... I can get all of that, because I do want this coal station, because I don't think that this is going to be enough for what we want to do next, but I've also got... Can this station fit? I mean, I reckon it could. I reckon if I did... Yeah, I reckon if we did all of this differently... Do I have a coal request anywhere? Is any... are any of these guys... like, this stuff going into the network. I don't want coal in my logistics network. It's just not a high-value thing to have in my network. So I don't know whether or not I have things that are pulling the coal out of the network. Because I kind of don't want that coal in the network. Maybe explosives? Are explosives pulling? No, explosives are not pulling coal out of the network, which is a shame. This thing is pulling coal out of the network, but it's kind of failing because because all of the stone ran down, and I'm not making ceramics there anymore either. Okay, that's interesting. In that case, I think what we need to do is one of these, because I can't think of anything that I actually want coal in the network for. So I think what we're going to do instead is some of these are already run down. That's nice. We can tidy some of this up. Might even be able to get... No, I can't actually get the rest of the rail lines through here. Some of these things still have stuff left. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna fully mine this coal. We're gonna get a lot of this stuff running, and this is gonna be... I don't know if I actually explained the rest of the plan. I might not have explained the rest of the plan. The plan is research these things that I need to get all the buildings that I need and to be able to look at all the recipes to figure out what we're building next. And then after I've got that research done, do all this research while we're mucking around, kind of stabilizing the current situation and doing some combat. And then move on to, what do I want? I want mining productivity. Let's do train stuff. We'll do some worker robot speed stuff. This was taking... Yeah, so I need 10 rockets to launch there, which is, okay, sure. Maybe even mining productivity, 25 rocket launches, yeah. Okay, minus lab productivity, but that's still a lot of rocket launches. Yeah, have this useful generic tech rolling over as we're doing the combat stuff. That's going to be more than going to be, yeah, whatever. And then also have those long-term useful techs kind of kicking off in the background as we come back and figure out how to make all of this fusion stuff from all these things that we've kind of unlocked from these various facilities that we've got, which is, cool, sure. And there are a couple of other things that I also want, which include... How are we going to get... I also don't have the coal station there. Yeah, a couple of other things that are going to be useful, which include some train stuff, and actually, has that other coal station been visited now? Yes, this guy can now just continue, and all of these things can disappear, and we are happy with... We're happy that that station has done everything it needed to, and we can just put the power poles... Okay, don't get the rails as well. Put all those power poles back afterwards. And yeah, so that coal station is now done, and then we just need the various places that need coal, which include... Yeah, some of the things we only recently set up, like the carbon fiber, reinforced plastic, and stuff like that. That will need coal as well. We're going to do this kind of lazy thing of, I don't think I need all that much coal here, especially if I've got these things in several places, and hopefully this just makes stuff easier to balance. And then I guess also these ones on the outside are going to be the ones that run out faster anyway, aren't they? So we've now got 2, 3, 4, which is actually kind of ideal, because we've just then got to figure out how to mix these 4 things, and if we go like so, then yeah, and Then this one needs to come across and head here, and then we can have this one here, and this one, say, here, and we'll have more coal mining, which is going to be necessary. And this guy's all set up, and this somehow did not get the rubber pots it needs, which is fine because we'll just put them back. It's fine. Yeah. So we've got more coal on the network. That's going to be important. We're doing research. That's going to be important. We've got this other coal station is now also doing its thing. Yeah, and all these chests are also unlimited, which is fine. They're all circuit conditioned a whole lot more than they need to be, but that's also probably fine. And yeah, okay. That I think was the first... That was the first thing I wanted to do. The other thing I wanted to do was, yeah, I think, let's have a look at the LDS, because the LDS is mostly fixed, kind of. These beacons are all properly propagating beacon effects now. These guys are banging out the LDS. We're making a lot of plastic. I think the plastic had a coal train supply issue, which hopefully we've just fixed. Yeah, making a lot of LDS, launching rockets, that's all cool. Where's the other LDS? The other LDS is over here, and this one has, yeah, its chests are also pretty good, but I think, yeah, these two trains are kind of waiting. I think the thing that I'm expecting, or I guess I just have put a lot more copper on the network with those other mines. Maybe we want to put this copper somewhere as well, because we're not really doing anything with that yet. And then there's also this copper station as well. Okay, sure, fine. Getting lots of stuff done. I think the other thing we're worried about at the moment is just because I've also still only got 2 trains moving all that stuff around, and I think I need to do that better. And I think one of the things we're going to look at to make that better. This is the right directions. Oh yeah, I can see the terrible mall up on the map on the side there. And one of the things we're going to do to make this better, / worse, is think about a train upgrade. And yeah, so the thing about the train upgrade is we need these trains only run on certain fuels that we don't have. So let's put one of these things down. The only fuels these things accept are the diesel fuel units, which we built before, the energized diesel fuel units, which we made and then never actually built because we didn't have these train things then, and the supercharged energized fuel unit, which I think is what I want. I think, just because it's probably, you know, the nice one. Let's compare it to, like, the energized ones are the ones I made. Fuel value, 100 megajoules, that's pretty nice. Vehicle acceleration, extra top speed, which is cool. How do these things work? Fuel pollution, 350%. Do I want to do that at all? How much do these trains pollute? And how much do trains normally pollute? And because the acceleration is 60% and the top speed is, that's not a whole lot better than, what was I looking at? The fuel. Yeah, vehicle acceleration, top speed 130, top speed 155% for 4 times. And what is it? So first of all, baseline. What is? Do these things not usually pollute? Do the diesel trains? They have a pollution of 20 per minute. I forget even how much this is. Okay, so they're twice as bad as one electric mining drill, but we've also moduled the electric mining drills. This would make it not worth 2 electric mining drills, but worth like 9 electric mining drills, which is like also because we've moduled them, multiply that by 5, so this is worth about 1.5 belts of stuff, which I think is also, I don't like it, but I think we're going to go for the polluting version of this bigger polluting version, which has actually a lot more fuel value in this. So I still need the diesel fuel units, I need to charge some artificial energy crystals, but the upside of this is, yeah, the other thing about these trains needing completely different fuel is that there's a lot of places, not like that, the science doesn't have a refueling request. Interesting. And all that also doesn't have a refueling request. do the coal stations that I just put, yeah, things like this that are requesting energy crystals that regular trains can use as fuel, that the new trains I want to move to cannot use as fuel, which is a bit of a concern. So I think that sounded like another rocket. You know, good stuff. Second victory. Somewhere there's going to be something that counts rockets, right? Yeah. Because the other thing these things have are, we can make these trains better by getting, where are these things? Somewhere we're making train superchargers. Yeah, here. We can have these trains and we can have multiple superchargers in these things. And this other square here, I think this, yeah, I think we talked about this previously. There's, in the normal electronic stage, there's a turbocharger, which is, you know, fine, that produces enough energy to run one of these things. In the fission stage, there's not the portable nuclear reactor, there's the train nuclear reactor, which provides enough power to actually 4 of these things, but 3 of them will fit. And so this requires high energy MOX fuels, which we now have in great volume because we have a uranium reactor running, but it also needs nuclear reactors as an input. So this is why I think I need a lot more red chips if I'm going to do this train transition, but I think we're still going to go for this, because it sounds like a thing that's worth doing. So anyway, we'll grab all of these and we'll put these back where they were, but that also means that we actually need to be making nuclear reactors so that we can make the train nuclear reactors, which is kind of wild. How long do these things... 20-second craft time? So if I can... yeah, one of each of these, and then, yeah. Those are decent numbers of things to be making, and I think I only want 1 stack of these, even though I don't know how many... don't know how those stack to. But then, this thing... these guys are expensive. And in fact, we're not going to let you get any more inputs if I already have more than... yeah, actually, if I have one of these reactors at all, you don't get inputs. And then also we're going to have to do these inputs kind of manually, because the volumes of stuff that this guy needs will... like, they're not all going to fit in one box. But also, actually, I mean, let's be kind of friendly. You can have that. And then if we do need to build another reactor, we can do the thing we did before with these stacks still being small, and just a request in the base here that will do everything it needs to. And yeah, we're still blasting out rockets. None of those, yeah, all of that science is still going into the labs. It's fine. Okay, so what do we need? We need... let's get a stack of red chips and a stack of concrete and a stack of the fiberglass reinforced plastic and a stack of the natural fiber reinforced plastic. And we need energy crystals. We need some small number of energy crystals, don't we? This is not what... on steel. This is, you know, vastly less than the reactor needs, but also as these things arrive, this is... yeah, okay, so yeah, I want this to run if the number of nuclear reactors is 0, and then when I've got at least 1 reactor here, we want to shut this off. What else do I need? I think that's all the things, isn't it? Concrete, yeah, this is going to request small amounts of stuff. That one inserter is going to put it in there. We've now automated nuclear reactors. We've automated whatever these train superchargers are. I'm kind of worried about running out of red chips. And yeah, I think I think the thing about the fuel transition, actually, yeah, we're gonna have to do that as well, because we need to start making this new... do we need to start making the new fuel? Because we've already got somewhere... where's the old base? Somewhere down here we have... yeah, we've already got like 30 stacks of this stuff. So I think we just get rid of this. In fact, let's get rid of all of this. Why? So why are you not... oh, because you're not getting any more crystals. Okay, that's fine. In that case, we can still also get rid of all of this stuff and tidy this up a bit. and construction bots will be unhappy for a while, but it's fine. And then, yeah, we'll have this stuff in storage, which we can then use when we've got these trains coming out. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to first, like, if this might be more difficult with LTN or some other kind of train management system that dynamically directs trains around the place, but because we are completely vanilla with this disastrous train station setup notwithstanding, which is still not modded, it's just a terrible setup, we know where all of our trains are going. So the trains I'm particularly thinking about are the trains that are taking, like, copper to the LDS, which is, yeah, this is kind of the thing I'm wondering about happening, but because all of these trains are, you're not actually enabled yet. But you are enabled. It's this train is, yeah. So there's also copper supply issues, which we're also going to have to do something about. But I reckon more and bigger trains, which will start replacing trains with the copper supply and the iron plate supply and the coal and the plastic and the things like that that get used in bulk. And then the little things like RCUs and rocket fuel and stuff like that can stay with the old trains for a while. I think the thing we're going to do though is at some point for this train switch we're going to need logistic requests for, what do I want? Where are actually the trains? Yeah, we want maybe 8 diesel trains, and if we've got 8 diesel trains we're going to need 24 of the turbochargers. We're going to, this is the stuff we've got in storage, so let's get 20 stacks? Yeah, sure. Let's get 20 stacks of the fuel, and then we also need, if we're doing 8 trains, we will, yeah, okay, sure. We're just going to go straight into just, hey, just request me another 8, let's say 6 train nuclear reactors. Of which I don't actually have. Yeah, I don't actually have the. I've nearly got the MOX fuel, but I don't actually have the MOX fuel, do I? Over here we've got. This is the. Yeah, these 55 units are where I nearly have MOX fuel. I just need to also give this uranium-235, which is. Yeah, this splitter here is kind of bad. Let's go and sort that area out as well. Yeah, we'll go all the way over here. I mean, we wanted to push biters as well, but I don't think I want to do that yet. What are all these guys? Oh, that's an interesting situation. Yeah. So the thing about turning this rocket on and starting to put a lot of science in those things is that I'm going through the LDS, and now this LDS, this is the situation where this train doesn't have a station which is able to have the LDS that it needs to bother going to the station. Is this... How much have we got here? Yeah, and then this is also just the copper supply issue that we're talking about. Probably another train would be a thing that we can think about getting. I think if we're going to say if this has got more than 200, which is going to be a cause of sadness, because I kind of want a train to be able to come here and pick up all the LDS and then go to wherever needs the LDS, and it's not going to do that with the amount of LDS that it's got there, but also we're kind of blocking the other locations. Yeah, I should probably do that for here as well. Then that feels bad. I think the solution is going to be make more copper. How many copper stations do I have? I've got 4 of them. Okay, if I have 4 copper stations, I can have 4 trains on that schedule. Because, okay, they might not all have copper at any one point. Like, this train station does. It's got quite a bit. I can at least have 1 more train, is the point. So do I have... I do have that. I can't set that up now. Not like that, like that. then this guy for fuel can have some number of these. Yeah, sure. And then let's find one of those copper trains. That's not the copper train, that's the LVS train. Yeah, actually, this is still kind of fine. The mall got all the LDS it needed. Why do I have 3 stops that want LDS? Where is like the mall, Yellow Science? Where is the 3rd station that is requesting LDS? Steam, Richwater. Oh, it's module upgrades, isn't it? This mod throws in a bunch of stuff that has... That's not module upgrades. Module upgrades are here. Yeah, module upgrades need LDS. Okay, fine. So that's all pretty good. Okay, so I still want to find... Yeah, I wanted to find a train with a copper schedule on it. Didn't find one. There aren't trains. This is a... Yeah, that's an ore output train. Where is a... That's not a copper train. Okay, fine. Let's kind of do it the other way around and try and find one of these trains. One of these things is waiting at... Okay, they're both moving. That's kind of a shame. I wanted to copy a schedule. That's a plastic train. This is a copper train. I think I got that configuration as it was moving. I did. Yeah, so we can have a 3rd copper train. All of those are trains we're going to... And that just should hopefully just help get copper from the mining patches to where it's going, yeah, from the mining patches into the places that need the copper, because I'm kind of short on copper. All of this stuff is a bit of a mess. We're going to do this differently. We're going to take, yeah, you can have half of that, and you can have the other half of that. And I think I'm making enough of this. No. Okay, this is now all kind of a mess, and hopefully I can fill this thing up. Yeah, I think I got back everything that was a mess from that train. I'm not seeing anything in that train other than the uranium that it needed. Okay, so if these guys are on... Yeah, basically what I wanted to do was to have this... Maybe I actually need... Oh, this is... Yeah, okay. I do not need this much of this stuff just being logistic requested. That's not a thing. But we can get rid of all of this kind of stuff, and yeah, so this will mean that half of this stuff is exposed to the places that's making fuel, which is also this guy. Then, I mean, we probably have vastly more than... Yeah, we've got a ton of coaxial stuff here, so that's fine. 225, uranium 235. This is 54, which if I put it in here will mean that this guy has enough to make... Yeah, 54 units of MOX fuel, which each of these train reactors... This one recipe gives me 6. Yeah, it gives me 6 train nuclear reactors, so 50 of those is going to be enough to make, you know, a good kind of 300 or so train reactors. So that's fine. Okay. Things that I wanted to... Yeah, other things that I was looking at setting up were A, more red chips, and B, the fancy fusion stage ingot stuff for all of this. And I don't know if I want to do that right now, or just go back to the core and do that as one of the things after. Do I have... Here's... No, that's not... radar scan of a nest that will tell me evolution, never mind. I'm on the wrong side of the thing again. Yeah, yeah, because I want to see if I can push some decent amount of this stuff out before behemoths turn up. So maybe I just do that. Oh, I was going to do red chips, wasn't I? How are the red chips looking at the moment? Are the red chips at least somewhat stable? And the answer is... they're yeah, I think these all used to be full, and especially with, I think it's going to be the train superchargers, and also the purple science now running beaconed, and also space science being online. I need more red chips. Kind of in a hurry. How many beacons have I? 95 beacons. So I can actually have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get that back to fully beaconed state, because a lot of the things are now using regular beacons instead of mod beacons, because we don't actually have all that many. Yeah, we can't actually just extra channel our way through. Don't have reactors. You're running, what didn't I request? Concrete. I thought I had a lot of concrete. Ah, this is the problem with concrete. Everything else, yeah, everything else is coming from here and is pretty responsive, whereas the concrete, because it's coming from a long way away, there's only ever bots in the air bringing a small amount of this stuff, and then this delivery is considered met, and no more bots are sort of dispatched to deliver concrete for as long as bots are taking the concrete from down here, where I have a ton of it, all the way to the base. So for this thing, which needs 400 concrete, the time that this thing takes to get its 400 concrete, because I was thinking of having concrete come in here, but we also just haven't got around to that yet. Yeah, there's the time that it takes for all 400 of these concrete to be delivered is like 4 times the journey time from here all the way over to the mall, which is all the way over here. So that's why we don't have any of these things yet. Oh well. Sure. Okay, all of that is kind of going. Are these guys... One stack of those... I turned these off, didn't I? Yes. So let's turn those back on again. And then... Why did you... You've run out of efficiency modules. Oh no, the efficiency modules are also just one of the things that's being delivered from a long way away with exactly the same consequences we just talked about. Okay, fine. What are the, oh yeah, these were the arc furnaces that I needed. Then the other ingot making stuff I did have somewhere. I remember oil processing facilities. What are you waiting on? Ah, not having. Oh, you're not having stone. What? I was trying to find. These are charging stations and roboports, aren't they? Yeah. I wanted... I'm pretty sure I... Oh yeah, it's down here. Is this thing the... This thing is the liquid heat exchanger. That's not what we wanted. Although we should now have... I built that last time. I should go and check on that. I don't even know if I got that running. Yeah, I wanted these ingot factories. I don't have any of those yet. Because I guess I didn't get it running. I guess it's the thing that's over here that is not actually working yet. So yeah, that's what we're going to go do next, because it's a thing that should be running that isn't. And everything is almost working, but not powered, and you don't have titanium because you're a titanium having station instead of a titanium requesting station. So enabled when I have less than that much titanium, which is fine. And then let's also just connect some of this power grid stuff. These guys also don't connect through the middle, so that's fine. And then, yeah, I think some of this got... Yeah, so we've now got provisions for 2 red belts of stuff to come in. I think, yeah, there's a splitter here which takes both of these sides. We belt balance here. This one's actually fast, so if I get the stuff in, this will actually just straight up do 2 red belts of stuff. And then we've got to have a train station? Am I putting this on a train? Was it titanium composite? I don't even remember what the thing I was making was. I remember it was titanium metal composite. Yeah, it's a titanium composite. Fine. So we've got titanium composite there, which is cool. And then, yeah, these guys are putting stuff on this belt in a kind of... This ended up a kind of, like, balanced way. I think also the rate this stuff was coming out, it needed more than half a yellow belt. But also, once we're here, we can just do a thing like this, and we will have this stuff on a train, which is good. Actually, the thing I really want, though, what I really want is I want this stuff in a logistic network, because that won't connect if it's there. Can I have a better pole and have it connect, say, here? Yeah. Because the reason I want this in... Like, this is not too far from where the rest of the botmall stuff is, and we've already... Yeah, the ingot things that I was going to look at doing the fuel thing for, we are still just there waiting for that stuff. So that's how that's going to work. Yeah, so we're now making that titanium composite stuff, for which I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but it's fine. Are you... You're going pretty fast. You guys are also not always getting the titanium you need. You should be fine for having that. Oh, it's actually output limited. That's super interesting. I think this... I guess I'm not entirely surprised by that if I figured out if this needed more than half a belt. I think that should have been a thing I should have realized that this was going to be output limited. So I guess also we just move this stuff around a bit more and have some of this stuff going in here, and we will be less output limited. And now we are metal foam limited, and I have titanium, which I don't want, and metal foam limited is a thing I'm kind of fine with. These guys are just, yeah, these guys are going through aluminium at a decent rate, so yeah, that's pretty happy. That's doing a thing. Okay, yeah. Do I want to? I don't think I want to look at the. Yeah, there's red chips that I want to look at. There's the. I don't. Yeah, I decided that I didn't really need to look at this train fuel yet, didn't I? But I've also got train nuclear reactors. So let's go and do something about that. Why don't I have diesel trains? I now need to be... Did I never actually set up these requests? Yeah, I think this was one of the situations of I don't actually need all these requests. How long do they take to make? That's good that they take that long to make, because it means that these requests won't be very big, which is fine. And then so I'll make 4 of these things. I'm also requesting some other things. Yeah, now we get to make more trains. Yeah, I think we just grab all of this, and then we put some trains down, and put some wagons behind those trains, and then I think, yeah, copper, and have all of that, because that's what you're going to use. Diesel train turbochargers, that's cool. Train nuclear reactor, also pretty cool. And now what is this thing's acceleration power, max speed? Okay, does this weight 1.8, 3.2? The supercharger doesn't seem to change any of the stats here, but I am confident that having the supercharger should do something. I just don't know. Probably, I mean, I'm expecting we will see the performance change when it actually does a thing. Anyway, what we want to do now is... Yeah, I guess we want one of these things to request 80 of these. And then we don't want it here at all, and we don't actually want those things here. We want to find places where... Yeah, okay, so part of the issue here is these trains are good now, so this train bottleneck is fixed, but also if I want to sub in these trains, which I do, then actually let's check whether or not I've got other trains here. Yeah, I've got all 4 of these trains. Yeah, because we need a bunch more trains. Yeah, actually managing this train transition is going to be a little bit of a pain because we kind of want to catch trains when they are at. This probably is not a copper request. It's not a copper request. That was a long shot. We kind of want to catch trains as they're depositing copper somewhere, so that we can catch them when they're empty and decommission them then. Yeah, so this is the one that I've just added. This, actually, you stop, and then, yeah, these, that was a titanium train station. The ones that are heading to train stations that are stopped will be the ones that don't have cargo, which is cool. So we want to get rid of this. Actually, we don't want to get rid of that one. We want to paste the box. So this should delete the request that has the energy cells, and then put back a request chest that we previously copied that has the train fuel request in it, right? Yes. And then we've got a couple of manually stopped trains around the place, which is fine because train transitions were always going to be a disaster. Where are waiting at please copper? This one, yeah, we want to just you all stop as well. And then, yeah, so at this point, this train can now go and do things. Empty to full. We also want, I mean, that does seem like a pretty fast train. Seems pretty fast. I am happy with that. The fact that it's polluting is pretty fine. I should have been on the train. Well, I guess we're making more anyway. It's like I had a moment of I should have been on the train because we are actually, we've got stopped trains on tracks that are just going to be in the. Wait, did I send off a train that had? Where is that copper? Is it all the way? I just had a moment of, yeah, you actually, yeah, I needed to give you a 4th wagon. Okay, sure. Yeah, this is the stuff we need to set up. You need 3 turbochargers, and you need a nuclear thing. You need a bunch of fuel. Let's get in here, and then let's drive to this one here. Oh, we finished Kovacs as well. That's also a useful thing that we will be able to do. Yeah, so this train here is one of the copper ones that is, like, now discontinued. And then this doesn't have a fuel request, so we're going to give it a fuel request. And then where are the other copper train stations? This one does have a fuel request, so you get to go away, and then give you the fancy fuel request for the fancy train fuel. And then am I next to? I am at the place that I wanted to be. I think this one, yeah, okay, so that's got a temporary thing. Way. That's okay, so I think I may have ballsed up which trains we manually stopped. But it's probably okay. Like this one, oh yeah, this one here was manually stopped because he's going around in loops because our intersection design is bad. That one needs this guy, and then you go here, and then yes, also time passed 10 seconds. 10 seconds for the fuel stuff. And then, yeah, I think we like kind of slightly unbalance these boxes, but then we'll balance it again because all of these guys will, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be happily balanced. This is now requesting the kind of fuel that these guys need, which is cool. This guy also happens to be exactly the request that this one wants, which it's going to go and do. So then where are the other trains that I manually stopped? heading to have copper. That's one that we want to be manually stopped, I believe. This way, this kind of fuel. Then we just manually stop the train over here. So it's actually really close. We don't even need to be in a train to go and get it. I thought it was going to be somewhere else completely on the ribbon, but it turns out it's just up here. This guy, yeah, that's a titanium train. This is a normal copper train, and we are now decommissioning these. Those are trains that will not exist anymore, and I think the iron trains we're probably just going to sub in as we get to manually stopped. Yeah, this is also one that I need to go and visit, but I've also got to figure out where it is. But I think it was on the bottom of the ribbon, but I don't remember where. Maybe not that far. There. Yeah, this train. We gotta go see that train. We gotta go decommission it. It would help if I was pointing the right way on these tracks. Yeah, I think those... I haven't actually looked at what those fancy new trains do without their superchargers. Maybe I should do that briefly. You need to... not... okay, so you were only going to... sure. Let's have one of these guys. Let's give it some fuel. And then... it's going that way. I'm not sure which... oh yeah, so this is the front. Which means I need to be going the other way in order to get to places. Okay, sure. Okay, let's find... I'm pretty sure I had 3 copper trains previously, and one of these is manually stopped. So let's go visit that copper train, which is in the mall section over here. And is this train pretty fast? Seems pretty fast. Can we, for the fuel, can we give it a train nuclear reactor and 3 turbochargers? And do we see it get faster? And the answer is we are significantly faster, because we are waiting, we are just traveling at the speed that we are waiting for other trains to unlock their blocks. I thought there was a train. Oh, this is at Beacons. This is not at Main Mall. This is at Beacons. Okay. This is fine. This is the train that's over here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that these new trains are speedy, and these trains are just going to be blocked by other trains that are just slower. But eventually we'll get around to replacing all these trains, and I think we're rich enough now, other than Red Chip's concerns, we're kind of probably rich enough now to be able to not worry about that. We actually need 4. We don't definitely need 4. That one's not connecting. Okay, fine. This is still manual. Yeah, it's manual because I added some carriages to it. And then this guy... yeah, this isn't even... do I still have... I do still have the old configuration on it. This also doesn't have the wrong kind of fuel request, so that's nice. And then this guy can just go and... did you have... I cannot tell whether or not you had enough fuel. But also you're going to the copper request all the way out here, which does have the correct kind of fuel, so it's fine. Yeah, it's going pretty well. All those guys doing what they need to. Okay, I think we're going to... I think we've kind of faffed around for a bit. We got most of the things done we needed to. I think we're now going to use these trains probably as my standard train. I think all of the new trains are going to be this kind of stuff. And then I just noticed that this copper station here. So copper, in fact, iron we're going to swap out as well. Copper and iron plates are going to be the things that we pivot over to the new kind of train, and in between we'll kind of wander around and find out all the places that we need to get more of these things running. This, if I upgrade these and these, I think this was one of the cases where I could have just got more throughput, simply by upgrading these belts, because it doesn't look like these outside guys are getting the stuff they need. Stone, also a candidate for trains that are going to be doing the large volume stuff that probably want to be upgraded. So I mean, it's going to look largely like this. So I don't know that it's going to be super useful. And actually, give me. Okay, don't give me those back, I guess. I was just going to leave the train stuff that I wanted. It's things I definitely don't want to include all of those things, and also actually solid fuel. I guess a train had some solid fuel. The turbochargers I want to leave here. The train nuclear stuff, all of these things. These trains can actually go away. Then I'm also later going to need. Yeah, I'm going to need to request back the fuel I just gave away. I don't even have the super stuff yet. I just have this thing. Yeah, this will... Then let's also request diesel, another like 6, let's say another 8 trains. Because I can have... I've got enough different stations around the place yet. So all of those are going to be things that we deal with later. I think... This general box of useful stuff, I think, will be where we put... Yeah, those K1 cores that I'm not really sure what I'm doing with. Yeah, we're going to clean out our inventory a bit. And then... I think all these blueprints I need. Sure. Then we'll go and... pick up some combat stuff and clear out some of the things towards... the far west, because that was one of the other things we needed to do. Why don't we have... Oh, this is... Okay, these are the last of the charged grenades I have, but I am kind of on my way to unlocking a different kind of charged grenade, so that's fine. Oh, I actually want the PDLs, don't I? They're kind of a big deal. What even is my suit setup at the moment? It's... Yeah, I guess I take out... Do I need the rubber port? What do I want? What do I want PDLs instead of? I guess I wasn't really using those much, was I? Oh, actually, the other thing I need, especially if I'm driving a car around, I will need some of these. I guess I take some landmines? And I should probably have some... Actually, let's just get this. Okay, so let's go and do a bit of this combat stuff. See how close we are to behemoths. Largely ignore the behemoths. This is a great time for a radar scan to happen to check this. And we've got... Oh, because this... Yeah, this combinator is actually summing over both of them, isn't it? So I've only got one launch worth of science in each of those, and then there's the science that's kind of... Yeah, all of these things have the 100 they need, which I think we figured out was... Is that 5 launches? So have we, in the time we've been messing around with other things, have we made... Where's 1,000? Oh no, wait, it's going to be like 7,000, isn't it? Have we made... Yeah, we've had 7,000 space science. We've launched 7 rockets in this time. So that's a thing I'm pretty happy about. Then all of this science is just... What colours are we using at the moment? We're not using purple. We're not using purple until we get to mining productivity. Okay, sure. All of that is fine. Oh, this is... Yeah, don't do that. That's the thing that it very often does. Okay, so this is all doing what it needs to. Yep, okay, so let's go and do some combat stuff and see if we can pay attention to things. Actually, let's not have bots because... Haven't done this in a while. Probably it's fine. Oh, I was gonna check evolution. What is evolution at the moment? Evolution is 0.8. That's pretty good. Because that means that we can push a bunch of bases, and yeah, I'm kind of thinking of that as a pushing budget in a sense. I don't actually have all that many lasers at the moment, do I? Yeah, I've got like... I can easily push to 85% evolution and still be nowhere near having to deal with behemoth biters yet. Oh, I don't have bots. That's what the problem is. Okay. All of this might end up slightly slower then. I mean, this is also mostly the same tech that I pushed with previously. Probably more of that. I think I got some damage upgrades before then, but I don't remember how much. But this is also just stuff we've seen before anyway. There's nothing particularly new here, but also these bases are kind of small. So I think we're also kind of towards episode length, probably. So I'm tempted to do some amount of pushing between episodes rather than specifically now. I still got these grenades. Forgot about those grenades. Give me these turrets back, I guess. Should come over here and get shot by these things. And yeah, might do some of this pushing now, and we'll work through some of this other tech that we need. We'll get us a bit of space so that we're not looting any guys and like have all of the space we need. Unlikely to be really troubled by any of this. I think I have done some damage upgrades at some point, haven't I? Because okay, so these are also the smaller nests the smaller clumps of nests. I haven't actually attacked a big thing yet, but did we actually get it? We didn't get it. Yeah, we'll push out the rest of the stuff. We will. Yeah, we've given away. Because of the kind of logarithmic way that pollution and nest kills scale into evolution, it's still going to be quite a while before we get to big biters. But let's check on. I want to check on whether or not this. Yeah, so this is going better now, and I think this. I am going to attribute that to the train supply of these things being better. And now we've also got, hopefully we've got a lot of LDS there. Oh, actually, also because we're not... Yeah, rocket launchers will have slowed down because we're not actually using the space science yet. We just put a bunch of rockets up to kind of saturate all of the rocket fuel. We get the space science buffers. So that's fine. We also have some other tech to get through. 4,000 and 10,000. No wonder this is taking a while. That's a huge amount of research. That's as much research as the mining productivity was going to be. How much purple do I have sitting around then? Because how is purple science doing? Because I thought that purple science should be banking up. If... Okay, it's been to purple science and it's picked up everything that was here, and this is all going kind of fine, and these guys are beaconed appropriately, and that's kind of more or less sensible. Yeah, I was expecting there to be more purple science in labs, given that I'm currently not... Neither of these have any science. I'm currently not actually researching any purple science, and so I kind of expected there to be more purple science in these labs. But also, how much purple science am I requesting per box? 100. Okay, so I guess that is still going to be, with the larger number of labs and this other non-mod beacon setup. Let's check the 99 beacons, yeah, so that's pretty good. Redship's going to be doing a thing. Yeah, so I would... Other than the fact that I don't have, if all of these buffers end up saturated and I do have purple science sitting around here, that's about 5,000 purple science just sitting in the buffers of these chests, of these labs. So that makes me feel better about how much purple science I've got sitting around. Yeah, we're gonna push out some of these bases. It's gonna be fine. I might go back and get personal robots to make picking up mines easier and stuff like that. We will come back with a bunch more territory to the left. We're probably going to do more grid building stuff, and then it will be time for making ingots. Making ingots are going to be important. What's this? Magnets? This is a thing that comes out of, I guess, one of these magnetizing facilities. This probably makes magnets on, I guess. And then, yeah, these various other facilities leading into the fusion tech are going to be the thing that we look at next. Maybe? I might also just need more red chips. Do I do red chips as the next thing? That is a thing I've mentioned a couple of times. And the answer to that is yes. We are now down on red chips. By which I mean we have successfully converted all the red chips we had into other useful things such as purple science and space science. But yeah, red chips. We're gonna need red chips. We're gonna need red chips. There's some more train stuff to do. There's some pushing to do. There's some ingots to make. There's some new train fuel to think about soon, because we're not actually producing the kind of fuels we need for the trains that we're running now. But yeah, lots of good things. Definitely progress.